Vanessa here, and today I have a layout for Traci Reed Designs, and it is release weekend for the new Story Foundations Milestones. So this is a great kit if you have anything to document: new baby, new house, graduation, birthdays, retirement, any of those things. This is a great collection for that. I am also playing along with I Scraplift You, and so I have chosen a layout that you'll have seen at the beginning, and it will pop up in the corner. And I am using the list that Crystal came up with from Pineapple Papers. So today we are scraplifting Amanda, and I'll have all of her links in the description box below as well. This video also goes along with a with an Instagram hop, so the playlist or my link to Instagram will also be in the description box below, as well as a link to Traci's shop. So if you want to grab this collection while it's on sale, it's a great time to buy it. But be sure to, go and hop over to Instagram and see the hop and what everyone has created with this collection. So I thought to start, I have some papers here. These are all from the kit or from the collection. So I have this fun sort of streamer paper, the polka dot, the stripe, and then this is the multicolored polka dot and the diagonal tone-on-tone blue. This is going to be my background, and then off camera, because of dry time and whatnot, I did take this polka dotted paper and I did just add some white paint in two of the areas where I knew my photo was going to go, and some papers just to tone it down a little bit. Most of this, I'm going to say, like, you may see like a tiny bit of this poking out, because I actually think I'm going to end up covering like the majority of this up. So I did do that off camera because, like I said, it does need to dry, but that's going to get matted onto there. Now I do have my photo here, and I have the plaid from the collection. I will say this plaid is actually, I think, supposed to print darker in color. My printer had a hard time with this paper in particular. It was fine with all the other ones, but this one, it's still usable. It's just, I will say that the colors were probably supposed to be a little bit darker. So I am going to use that as a mat around my photo. So this is going to be my photo, and I am staying really close to the sketch. So I do know that my photo is going to go in amongst this area. And then I have to the side here some enamel dots. And then I went through, these are all from the sticker sheet. So I have nothing from the digital kit on this one. So I have, my title is going to be Graduation, because this was my husband graduating with his bachelor's in education with a major in math. And this was his walk across for graduation. So I know that that's going to be my title. And so we'll see what else I use from those. So I know that that is going to go there. This paper here, I have decided, is going to be one of the banners, and I don't know how long Amanda's were in hers, but I'm gonna go 4 inches this way. And I may end up, if I want it to go longer, I may end up cutting it so that it'll be behind the photo anyway. So, but for now, we're going to go there. Off camera, I will probably do the majority of these. Although I can probably do them on, let's see. I'll do some of them on camera. I'm not going to do this whole video real time. I'm just going to get a start on it so you can see. And then I'm going to go off camera and glue it all down. And then I think we'll build the embellishment clusters off camera, or I mean on camera, but with a voiceover. So I have that one. And then I think I want to do this stripe going this way. I think on the sketch, or on the layout that I'm scrap lifting. I think that these were probably, if I had to guess, these were probably either border strips or pattern papers that she cut into strips and then put them all together and created banners. At least that's what it feels like. Obviously mine is not that. I'm using the papers from this collection. So, but we're going to have the same idea for sure. And it looks like she has just the one banner here, and then she has other ones that go more than just one paper banner in the back here. So I guess I can cut the edge of this one off. Cut that. And we're going to cut the banner. So I did the first one at 4. I did this one at, I think this is 3. So there is my banner for that one. So that is going to go this way. Like I said, that white area is definitely going to get covered up. The majority of it is going to get covered up. So I have that. I do also want to put one of these behind. So I'm going to have that as well. I'm going to cut this in half so that I can have it kind of peeking out. Probably put it underneath the stripe. Something like this. This was one of my favorite things, was this film strip with the hearts from this, from the sticker sheet. I absolutely love it. The only thing I will say, I think if I was going to print it again, my silhouette did not like cutting out all the little white areas in here. I would probably do like an offset and not have it cut those out and just leave them white. If I was to print and cut it again, that's probably what I would do. But it's done now. So there's that. And then I think I'm going to take this paper and again, I'm just going to cut 1.5, I think, for this one. And even that's probably bigger than I need, but that's okay. And then cut just a little bit off the edge. And I don't know that this is cut on hers as a banner. I might just do like a diagonal cut. I'm not 100% sure. Because that's going to get tucked down there, like so. So like this, and then I have a cluster up here that I'm going to need to do. So I'm going to take this little piece, cut just a little bit off of that, so it'll go up there. Then I think I'll end up using all 3. So I might use this and this, and then I think I will use a little piece of this one. I'm thinking to do like the up and down banner, like so it matches this one. So let's do a 1.5, and then cut that little piece. And then this also needs to get cut. I'll make it a 1. So I will obviously trim those down a little bit, but just so you get the idea. And this one here, I'm going to cut a little banner. And I'm just gently folding it over and then cutting on the angle to get that banner cut. But if you have a punch, that'll work too. I'm going to bring this up. I'm actually going to, I think she does have hers all the way to the top. I'm going to do the same thing. And that might be a little bit too big. I might need to take a little bit off of both sides of that and the top, because I feel like I want it to be a little bit smaller. But for now, I'm going to go off camera, and I know that's going to go right there. I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to glue this part down, and then we're going to come back in and use the items here that I pulled from the sticker sheet to put some clusters on this page. Okay, we are back, and I have put down all those pieces that I showed you at the beginning of the video, and now the only thing left is to add all the embellishments. And like I said earlier, I am using exclusively the stickers from the collection. And so I have cut these on my silhouette, and I have pulled just a few different bits and pieces here, and so I'm going to play around with some of these labels, some of these words and little icons, and do some embellishing on this page. I'm going to have that cluster up at the top that's going to have a little bit of embellishment, and then some embellishment just to the right of my title, and then a small embellishment here on the bottom. I kept the embellishing pretty simple on this page, and I didn't add a lot. So just a little bit to draw your eye in toward the photo and to add a little bit more interest, but this layout pretty much with that background done comes together very quickly. So I'm really just going to fuss back and forth with the pieces that are on the page right now. Are the ones that are going to kind of ultimately stay on the page, and I'm just going to play around with how these are laid out. I have these 3 little word strips here, and I'm trying to get them placed, and so they do change ever so slightly, and then I do end up bringing in a different title in that top cluster, which I end up cutting apart as well. I can't read them on camera because it's pretty small. But you'll see them in the still photos here that'll come up in just a moment. And so you can take a look at each of the embellishment clusters that I created. I'm finishing up the page with some enameled dots. I just went into my stash and grabbed a couple of colors that matched the rainbow of colors in this collection. I love a good rainbow collection, and this is definitely a great one. Their rainbow titles are adorable. I love them so much. And so I loved getting to use those. They make it so easy. I don't have to think about titles since I'm very bad with titles. But that's pretty much going to do it for this page. Be sure to check out that Instagram hop, see what everyone has created, and grab this collection while it's on sale. And don't forget to check out the May I Scraplift You as well. So with that, guys, I'll catch you on the next one. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.